absolut zeitlos. Wir haben noch 9 Minuten Zeit hier, bevor es reingeht in den ersten Run. Es startet von noch wieder Österreich. Und ich würde vorschlagen, lassen wir die Melodie mal für knapp 2 Minuten wirken. Herzlich willkommen bei der Tram WM 2025 in Wien.
Wird vom Schiedsrichter ganz an den Puffer herangeschoben. Ihr beschleunigt vorsichtig und achtet darauf, den Abstoßbereich nicht zu überfahren. Ihr gebt genau so viel Schwung, wie die Draisine braucht, um auf dem Messfeld zu landen. Nach Stillstand des Zuges läufst du zum roten Zielpasser, drückst diesen und du hast es geschafft.
Das waren eure 8 Disziplinen bei der ersten Straßenbahn-Weltmeisterschaft.
Und jetzt geht's los. Viel Erfolg!
So you've seen it all. You've seen all the 8 tasks that the drivers will have to manage, and all the challenges that they have to go through. And as you can see, the weather is not that good. It's been raining this morning, but it's getting warmer and warmer. And the sun has been out for a couple of minutes now, and we're up to 20 degrees Celsius right in the moment. So these are not bad conditions. It's better than it would be raining very hard, because then I was told that the streetcars are behaving differently, and the break-in and the acceleration, that is all differently. So what you can see now, that is Thomas and Tanja. They are both from Vienna, and Thomas has been working with streetcars for 38 years now, and he's our expert out in the field. He's been talking to the drivers this morning already. They were very nervous yesterday because they had the training day yesterday. You have to imagine that all the drivers, we got 25 teams from 25 countries, and they all have different systems, all have different streetcars at home, and they only had 1 day to train here in Vienna. And he said they all did very well at the training, but they're really, really nervous. And I've been talking to the team from China, and they say that they really need luck, because they're not used to all the hassle here, and they said they're really, really nervous. But they all want to show their skills, and they all want to show the world how they drive their trams at home in the specific countries that they come from. And we're going to start with Vienna, because Vienna is hosting this event. And the next one will be Budapest, because Budapest is the current tram championship from Europe. They won the tournament last year in Frankfurt, and so they're going to be second. And from there on, there was a raffle last night, and so we're going to come up with Brussels after that, and Tenerife, Oradea from Romania, Rotterdam from the Netherlands, Rio de Janeiro will be here. Berlin and Leipzig, they form a special team, because they're not from one town, they're from one country, but from 2 towns here. Then we got Paris, we got Poznan from Poland, Casablanca for the African continent, for Morocco, San Diego from the USA, Edinburgh from Scotland, Melbourne from Australia, all the way here. 15,700 kilometers are from between Melbourne and Vienna, they told me. And there was really, really something to just to come here. And then we got Dublin, Kiev, Hong Kong, Brno we got from the Czech Republic, Zagreb from Croatia. We got Stockholm, Tampere, Oslo, Florence from Italy, Riga, and Oran from Algeria. And as you can see, the team from Austria, the team from Vienna, they are already getting ready here. We got thousands and thousands of people just left and right off the tracks already, and they're getting more by the minute. And here you can see Tanja again, and all the referees standing here on the right side with the yellow jackets. And they just getting ready at 11 o'clock. It's supposed to start. And what you can see here now, that's from the Team Vienna. That is Elisabeth Urbanic, or Elisabeth Urbanic. And she's going to be the first driver ever to start at a Tram World Championship. And let's go, Elizabeth. Let's see how she's doing. As you've seen in the film already, in that little clip, little teaser that we've shown you, the first thing is stop and go that they have to go through. So you have to accelerate and stop the tram as softly as you can. And what are you doing? Oh, this is just training what she's going backwards now already. This is the first stop. Okay. So we're reversing already. So maybe we missed the first parts already because I was talking too much. I'm sorry. So this is the fifth task already. This is reversing. This is how quick they are and how quick they have to be and have to react here. Now they're going for the next task. This is task 6 already. I will show you all the challenges in a couple of minutes again, and you will see that when we're going through all the teams. And Elizabeth is now in a different tram. They have to use 2 trams, and she is going for the lateral distance here. And her companion, her partner, is putting a dummy out in the street, and he has to place it just so that she won't touch the dummy with the tram. And now she has to stop it. These are the hands of that dummy that we see here, and she has to stop the car in an exact spot. And then you get points. The closer the dummy is to the train, the more points you get. But if you touch the dummy, you get 0 points. So, and the next one, she's starting already for the next one. That is a perfect stop. This is something that is very important to us as guests that we take the trams, because we want to have the tram or the streetcar stop at a platform at an exact point. And she doesn't see that platform here. And she has to open the door, and she has to stop that. When she opens, there's an arrow inside. I don't know if you can see that right in the moment. There's an arrow inside of the tram and an arrow outside on that platform. And those arrows should be pointing at each other the exactly as possible. And the more exact you do that, the more points you gain right in the moment. There are not so many points, but as I said, this is the first run that we have. The first driver, I think she's very nervous. And normally we see better results in the second part. This is not because the drivers are better, but because the excitement is a bit lower. And so what you can see here now, that is a complete new challenge. What we've seen here, the Tram-Curling, because she has to push with her tram. She has to push that trolley that's called a Dreisine, and she has to push that trolley and accelerate it to a certain point. But she doesn't have to. She cannot go all the way there. She has to speed it up. Up to a certain point, but I think that was not fast enough because that trolley has to run into a measuring area, and only then you can gain points. But it's still going, as you can see. And yeah, well, she's going to the points, and maybe it was not too slow. That was not so bad. You can see that 375, 400. So it's going to be 400 points. That is not so bad for the first time ever that they did it under those challenging conditions. Well done, Elizabeth. We will see her and her partner Florian in the next run when they come up for the second one, because every team has to go to 2 runs. This is why we have 2 drivers for each team, a male and a female driver. And we're going to go now over to Team Hungary. But I think first, now here's Team Hungary. As you see, that's Team Budapest. And these are the current Tram Championship, the European Tram Championship. They won last year in Frankfurt. So we're going to see Christina Schneider and Akos Bodnar. But we have to, I don't know yet who's going to start. Oh, it's going to be Christina. Christina is starting, Christina Schneider from Hungary. And let's see how she's doing this year, because that's the same team as they had in Frankfurt last year. That's the winning team, so they want to do that just again. So you can see that as a container with water, and this is why you have to stop and accelerate as softly as possible, because the more water you spill while stopping and accelerating, the less points you can gain there. 500 points for each task, for each challenge that you go through, and 500 points more for the time. That's the max you can get, so 4,500 points maximum for all the 5 challenges that you go to. Now this is stop and go. She has to stop at certain points, and she has to accelerate to again to the next point, and the aim is to lose as little water as possible. You can see that the water is dripping out a little bit and splashing out a little bit, but she's doing well. And the thing is, it's going on time as well, so you have to be as fast as possible. But that was quite well done. Now she has to leave that spot where she is, and she has to run through the whole train, and has to jump into the cockpit, because that here is not a real cockpit. That's just something that where you can reverse the train a little bit and drive it. And now you go to the second part of the run, that speed control. She has to accelerate that train up to 25 kilometers an hour, and it's 15.5 miles an hour, but she doesn't see the speedometer. The speedometer is covered, and we measure the speed from outside, and she has to get exactly to, or as possible, to the 25 kilometers an hour. So this is targeted braking already. After she accelerates to that 25 kilometers an hour, she has to stop at a certain point, and the more precise you stop there, the more points you get. This is really going fast. So it's TRAM-Bowling. That's a classic, the next one that you can see. But you have a giant ball that's, I think, 1.5 meters in diameter, and she has to push that ball in a way that all the pins fall down. So she got 3 pins falling. That was quite well here. And now she has to go, this is reverse. This is what we've seen already. This is her partner using a whistle, because when she reverses that streetcar, she cannot look backwards, and she has to listen to the signals that he gives her with that whistle. And the final signal that he gives her would be stop, and how exactly you stop that train, the more points you can get. As I said, 500 points. Now let's see. Here's that stop sign, as you can see that. And now here's a stop. So it's 400 and somewhere around 50, I would say, maybe a bit more. Now she has to get out of the train and run. You can see her running. Here she is. Run, Christina. And has to change the train. This is the second model that they use here. It's a different train, a different model. And as I said, she had the opportunity to test that train only yesterday. Yesterday, for a couple of hours, she was on that train together with her colleagues, and he has to place that dummy here, the partner now, and place it so that when she drives by, she doesn't touch the dummy, but the dummy should be as close as possible. And so you have seen her giving the directions, and let's see how she does. Here's the stop sign where she has to stop. And, well, she didn't touch it, so there are points, and now we measure how close it is. The closer you are, the more points you get. This is, I don't know, somewhere around 400. That looks very good. So Team Hungary is doing very well right in the moment. So now the perfect stop, that's the next one. And maybe we'll see it this time when the door opens, whether she has stopped that exactly, that precisely, so that the arrow inside of the train will point more or less exactly to the arrow that is outside on the platform. And the main thing is that the referees, they move that thing around, they move that platform around, so you never know where it is exactly. And that is very good. That's 400. 400 points. That is really, really, really good. Oh, it looks like 400. You never know from this angle. But that was quite impressive. That was much better than Team Austria did. But never forget, this was the first one ever on a TRAM championship, a world championship. The TRAM European Championship was here already 10 years ago in Vienna. This is why they're hosting it again. And now she's going for the Tram-Curling. Here comes the trolley. Referee has to push that trolley here. And now she accelerates it up to a certain point, and then she has to stop the streetcar again. And then we will see the the trolley go on, and that's quite well as well, because it's going slow, but it has its momentum, as you can see it. And I think we will see them run. Here they are running, and she has to end she has to push the buzzer that ends the whole run, but the trolley is still going. And you see, I was wrong the last time already when I said this is probably too slow. But this time I think there will be no points. We have to wait. Let's see that. No, probably not. No points here. But still, it's 2,200 right in the moment. I'm not sure whether the time is in there already. As I said, the faster you go, the more points you get. And so I'd see that Austria and Hungary is still in the lead in the moment. I hope we get a translation here. You have to my Hungarian is really, really bad, so don't count on me to tell you what he's saying or not. Some mixed feelings, that's what he says. And the tram is moving already again, and we're going to go to the next one. And this is supposed to be it's Team Bulgaria. That's what it says here, but this is Team Belgium. It should be. Team Belgium should be the next starter here. Team from Brussels, they made the second place last year in Frankfurt, and that was really, really close behind the team from Budapest. So we got Fadua and Walid, and Walid had pushed the buzzer. That means he is driving right in the moment. And as you can see, he is standing there. He's not sitting down because this is not a real cockpit that is in. The cockpit is in the front of the train, and this is the rear of the train. But nevertheless, he can drive that train in this way, and does that stop and go challenge here right in the moment. And let's see how he's doing. Not that bad. It's the second stop already, and there's not much water dropping out and spilling out. And the third one, and I think I got the feeling he's doing it a bit faster than the last team from Hungary did, and that is quite important because so 100 and I don't know. So now he has to run through that train. Now he's in the real cockpit in the front of the train, and he's going for the speed control. So now he has to go for 25 kilometers an hour without seeing that speedometer. And as they measure the speed now, I'm going to tell you about the targeted braking, because that is a special brake. You have to give a special braking force on that, and then you cannot adjust the braking force anymore. So you have to kind of know how much force you put on it, and then you have to keep your hands away from that force, and you cannot adjust it anymore. And then the better you stop, the better you got the feeling of that special brake that you have to use here. And that didn't look too bad here. So up to the next already, that is the Tram-Bowling. Let's see. He has to go quite fast to push or to ram that ball, that it goes fast enough, but not as fast that you push the pins over with the tram. If you touch the pins, then you get no points for that one. But that was quite good. There was, I think, somewhere about 300 and 400 points. So now it's the reversing again. Here you can see Fadua. She's the partner of Walid. And she's directing him now with that whistle, as we said. Give him the signals. You can go. But you have to be highly concentrated and highly focused. And because then it's be really quick. When you get the the sign stop here, or the signal stop here, then you really have to react very quickly. And as you can see, that red line here, that is the 500. So she's getting faster. This means attention, and stop. Oh, that was quite well. See here, Brussels is doing very, very well again. And, well, it was the winning team as well. So Brussels, as we said, 50 points behind last year on the second place. Let's see, maybe they overtake Hungary this time. So the lateral distance, you see they've been running to the second tram here. And he's directing her, adjust the dummy, that's good, leave it lie there. And then he's drive on, and let's see how far away the dummy or the hands of that dancing couple are gonna be when you see that stop sign. When he stops, she gives him the sign to stop. And ooh, that is too far away. That is too far away, no points here. But never mind, there's gonna be the 7, the perfect stop. And as we've seen with Hungary, you can't do that really, really well without seeing that platform. I mean, you do see it, but it's not that you have it in full view. So when you pass it by, when you drive by, you have to know, oh, this is the platform here. This is the exact spot where I have to stop and open the second door. Or the third door it is. So, no, I think it was the second door. Let's see where... So it is the third door? No, it's the wrong door. It's the wrong door. It is the second door that has to open. You see, this is the door they're showing, and this is the door that should have been at that spot. So no points here for the team from Brussels. But as I said, it's the first run, and in the second run we normally see the better results. So now he stops here, and the referee will adjust the trolley here, and then he accelerates it, gives the momentum, and let's see how well he does here. Let's see. And at that second stop sign here, the drop-off zone, you have to stop the streetcar. You cannot go any further. And have to give the right momentum, the right speed. So there you go, well done. And then let's wait where that thing is stopping. But it's still going, and I think it's going to the points, but not that far. Not that far. 25, 50 points, somewhere around that. Maybe 50 points. Referees are standing right next to it. 70, maybe 75, I don't know for sure. But Belgium, the third starter, third place. And let's see. Next one is the team from Spain, from Tenerife, from the Canary Islands. And we will see Sonia Youssef Perdomo and Oscar Luis Perdomo. And it seems like there's a married couple, and I think from Spain, Tenerife. Here they are with their trainer. Buzzer is pushed, and off we go. So stop and go. So it's Sonia driving, right? Maybe you've seen that better, or maybe you paid more attention. I'm sorry, but I think it was Sonia driving. And as you've seen it before, she has to stop 3 times. Stop and accelerate 3 times, and lose as little water as possible. Let's go here. That looks very good. That's impressive. I don't think there's a drop of water. Oh, now it went. And third stop. Is it? Oh, she was not close enough to that stop. Now third one. No, is that too far away? Yeah, that's too far away. She has to go to that red stop line and then stop. So she had to stop 4 times actually, but I think it was still quite well. And the referee said, "Yeah, you're good to go." So she's running through that train. Here you can see her, and sitting down in the cockpit, in that real cockpit. And then we're gonna go for the speed control, accelerate the train up to 25 kilometers an hour, to 15.5 miles an hour. And without seeing the speedometer. You cannot see that speedometer. And when you're done, when you're through that measuring zone, you have to adjust your brake so that the train stops at the right place, but leave your hands away. That looks quite well. That looks very good. And 25.21 kilometers an hour, so that's not that much too fast. That is very good. I think it's every kilometer that you go over that speed limit that they have set, it costs you points, but that was quite well. So, Tram-Bowling, next one. Accelerate the train fast enough so you hit the ball hard enough so that crushes over the pins, but not too fast, because if you drive into the pins, you lose all your points. Let's see how Sonja is doing here. He's fast. Ooh, she was braking a bit too early. You see that? Maybe you've seen that she was braking a bit too early, and there's no pin falling. Shaken, but not falling. So now reversing, and Oscar is given the signals already. So you go, reverse, you can go. And here she is driving backwards. And she has no mirrors here. She has one mirror on the right side, but I think that one is covered, so that the door is open. She can hear the whistle from Oscar, and he's given her the signals. And I guess now he's going to whistle a bit more to show her pay attention. And here's the signal, stop it. Oh, not too bad. That's a 450 points. That is really, really good. You can see her running. And Oscar's running as well, because he has to take up the dummy now and show her where to place it, and she's going to direct him. You can see here, focused. So put it up, put it down, left, right. And when she gives him the thumbs up, you can see it here. When she gives him the thumbs up, then he has to take away his hands, and the dummy cannot be moved anymore. And then she moves the train, and the streetcar has to be as close as possible to the dummy, but not quite there. You're not allowed to touch it. And then you can see, that was too close. That was too close. Killed the dummy. Sorry for that one. So no points here for the team from Tenerife. Come on, go on. Perfect stop. And do not forget, it's the second door, Sonja. It's not the third door, because I think the driver from Belgium, he would have done quite well if the third door was the door that was the one that counted, but it's the second door. So let's see how Sonja is going here. And they push that platform again, and here she comes. Second door. The first passed already. Here's the second door. That looks really good. That looks really impressive. That is good. A couple of 100 points here. Very, very nice. Well done, Sonja. And go for the last one. Go for the TRAM-Curling. Just, she has to go on a bit. Wait for the referee to adjust the trolley. And like you can see her breathing. You can see how concentrated and how maybe nervous she is. And I think that's normal for the first one. All the people around, people cheering, the cameras around, the sound here, people cheering her over the loudspeakers and everything. I think that can make you a bit nervous, especially when you're the first one on the run to go. So here, trolley is there. Now accelerate it to that certain point, and then you have to stop that train, and then we'll see, is it fast enough or not? Drop off zone 1 and stop it. Very well. That is faster than the other ones we're going. Right now, here they come running. And it's Sonja that has to push the buzzer. Well done. Stop. The time is stopped. Train is Spain is on the third place in the moment, even without those points that they have to get from the trolley here. See, 325, 330, 375, 400. That looks very good. More than 400. 475. Oh, no, it has stopped. It's not the 500, but it's so close. That was well done, Sonja. Well done. So Spain moved up to the second place already. Vienna is still number 1, and Spain is the second. Oradea in Romania. And you got Ionela and Florin as drivers. Here we can see them. That is really, that is cool hair, I'd say. So you can see that, how nervous they are. You can see their faces, how focused they are. But there's still a smile, very good. So Ionela is gone first. Doors are closing. No, doors are not closing. And this is the stop and go. Do not lose any water, or if you have to lose it, as little as possible. First stop here. And that's, oh, that looks quite good. Second time accelerating, and second stop, not too bad, really good. And now the third stop, but as you've seen before, you're not allowed to stop too early. This is good. And that is not so bad, not so bad. She was getting the signal. Here, up we go. Through we go. And sit down in the cockpit and go for the next challenge that we got here. For the speed control, accelerated up to 25 kilometers an hour. And then adjust the brakes for that exact braking, for the targeted braking that we have here. But she's not into it, she's coming. Up to 25 kilometers without seeing the speedometer. Let me remind you of that again. They do not see the speedometers here. And then 26, not too bad, not so bad. And she has to stop already. Oh, well done for the exact stop as well. And as I said, it's not the braking of a normal car or with the bike that you have, because you got a special brake and you have to adjust the power of that brake and then leave it. And you really have to know what you're doing here. So up you go to the bowling, Tram-Bowling, hit the ball. That was well done, not breaking too soon. And the last one as well. So 4 pins. That was well done. Now she's reversing. And Florin is giving her the signals here, as you can see. Waiting. And have you seen her face, how focused she is, and still how nervous she is? I think this is really hard work here. And excited viewers here, that is so nice to see. And stop. Oh, not too bad. A bit too far, but not too bad. Still many points here for Oradea here. So this is the lateral distance, what we've seen now, where the last team run over the dummy. So she has to direct her partner now where to put the dummy. Is he up there? Did she give him the signal already? No. Now he's moving it a bit more, she says. And when she gives the signal, this is good like this, good. So you've seen the thumbs up. And now she's going, and let's see if her eyes did not betray her here. And we can see that here. Well, she didn't run it over. And let's see. Oh, she did. She pushed the dummy. But forget that one. You have to keep that out of your mind and get to the next one. To the perfect stop here. Second door at the platform. And let's see whether that arrow is exactly where it's supposed to be. Stop the, oh, you've gone already over all that. That is not good. That's the third door and not the second door that was supposed to be there. The second challenge in a row where she didn't gain any points. I'm sorry for that, because she did so well on with the other car, but maybe it's that car, you don't know that, because it's a different car as the first one that she was using in the first part of the run, and it's probably a complete different car than the ones that she uses at home. This is the tricky part for all the drivers, except the one for Vienna, because they don't know that trams. They had one day yesterday and the day before, maybe a bit to get they've been to the cars, to the street cars the day before yesterday, but the training day was yesterday. So sitting in the car, getting used to it, seeing how it works and where the differences are with the car for the cars at home. It's getting loud outside here. So let's see the first ranking here. Let's see the first ranking so far. Oh la la, bit too far, 375, 350. Come on, stop that, 300. It's hard to say from this view, but I would say it's somewhere around 300 points. It's not too bad, because we've seen at least one team gaining no points here. Now let's go for the ranking. So Vienna, then Spain, Romania, Hungary, Belgium is number 5. So Romania, they gained third place here. That's not too bad. So Austria, Spain, Romania, Hungary, Belgium. But that is just for now. That was the first 5 teams. And we got 20 more to go. So this can change quite rapidly. Next is Team Netherlands from a team from Rotterdam. A woman and a man as well. It's Brenda and Jasper. Let's see. Maybe we can get a picture from Brenda and Jasper here. Team Netherlands. Brenda has taken part in the European Championship already, but Jasper is new, and Brenda's going to start. So the veteran is going to start it here, and let's go for the stop and go. And as you can see, she's standing here. She's not sitting down. This is the rear part of the train where you do not have a full cockpit. In most of the street cars, you have a full cockpit in the front and in the end, but this is a special car. This is a very slow, a very low car. It's an ultra low car, as it was called, ultra low floor car. And Brenda's going for the third stop here, and that doesn't look too bad. And I mean, this is something that we really, as guests, that we really want from the driver, that he's able to accelerate and to brake really, really softly, so that you don't fall around when you're standing up as a passenger in there. So Brenda was running through that drain. Here she's sitting now. This is the normal cockpit of that train in the front, and let's go accelerate up to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing the speedometer. The speedometer is covered, and she really has to feel whether the train is going the right speed, or the speed that she wants. And then she has to adjust that brakes. Again, feel it, so she was a bit quick. She really has to feel that. Oh, that was good. She has to feel that brakes, the power of the brake, because you have to adjust that special brake. You have to adjust the force of that special brake, and then you're not allowed to touch it. And again, when you adjust it, that was good. But okay, 2 pins. See, I was a bit afraid that she might drive the train into the pins, because that's forbidden. If you touch the pins with your train, then you lose all the points. So, and here is Jasper, her partner, giving the signals for the reverse driving. And as you can see, she's tilting her head a little bit, so she's got the feeling she hears that whistle better. And I think something is a bit wrong with the speakers that they used. And but I guess she's still hearing him. And the 500 is up. Ooh la la la. 350. She's got points, but not full points. But I cannot say why it was, because we were not able to hear the whistle again as good as we normally hear the whistle here. Because normally he's in front of a microphone and whistles into the microphone. And if you ask yourself, why is she running? Because this is a time matter as well. you have to do that run as fast as possible. This is why the clock is running down here. You can see the time it's taken. And now she's directing her partner where to put the dummy here, as close as possible to the tracks, as close as possible to the point where the train is gonna stop. The closer it is, the more points you get if you do not touch it. If you touch it, then you lose all the points. But if it is really, really close so that the train has stopped, and that is not that not that bad. It's some points. It looks like 250 from here. I cannot tell exactly. The referees will tell us that later, how many points she really gained. But at least she didn't touch it, and it was not that far away that there were no points. So exact stop is the next one. Let's see how she's doing there. Keep in mind, it's the second door that has to be right at the point where that platform is, that improvised platform, and she's gone already. It's the third door. That is too far. There's no arrow inside of that train because it's the wrong door. That's the third door. The second door it would have been, never mind. Let's go on. Last one. The Tram-Curling, where that's Dreizin, the little trolley, is waiting for her. And she has to go up to that point where the referee puts the trolley right in front of the train. And then she has to accelerate that train up to a certain point. She's not allowed to go any further than that sign that you're going to see in a minute. And hope that the trolley is going fast enough and slow enough that it stops at the exact spot where she wants it to. You will see that in a minute. This is the first sign that you've seen here, the first red one, and then the second one. And she has to stop that train here and hope that the trolley is fast enough. And now out of the train. But as you see, she could have gone a meter more or so. But I don't know whether this would have changed anything, because you can see the trolley is still going, and we have to wait where it really, really stops. And I think this is one of the most difficult challenges that we have for this year, because it's not only the train and the movement and the momentum of the train that you have to keep in mind, but the one of the trolley as well. How much speed does it need? How fast is it going? How far is it supposed to go? Because you cannot see that from the cockpit where you're sitting in. But never mind. Well done. And the next is, I think, a really special team. We got 3 really, really special people, 4 that come from far, far, far away. And here we go to Rio de Janeiro. We've got Lisa Mar and Rogerio from Rio de Janeiro, from the capital what is it? Carnival. It's not the capital of Brazil, it's the capital of Carnival, of course. So, Rogerio is going to start, of course, taking part for the first time, not only him, but his country as well, because it's the first World Tram Championship. And South America is not part of Europe as far as I know. So, second stop already. And this is a bit of a weird challenge, because you have to go as slow as possible, but you have to go as fast as possible, so you don't lose any time. But you really have to stop and start very, very softly. So that looks quite good. That's the stop already. Maybe he is far enough. And now he has to run through the train and sit in the real cockpit, because that was the rear cockpit of that train. Here he is in the real cockpit, and now go for the second challenge that we have, the exact for the speed control. Go up to 25 kilometers an hour, and then the exact stop, that's targeted stop. Something went wrong. And let me remind you, they don't know those streetcars. They had a couple of hours yesterday, 25 drivers, maybe no, 50 drivers, because 25 teams with 2 drivers, so it's 50 drivers having one day to get used to those streetcars, and that is not that much of time. Although they're all professionals, of course. So we'll see. It's 23 kilometers, or almost 24 kilometers. That was, but not too bad. And here the exact stop, and don't forget that they don't brake like a normal car. It's not that they push a lever and then the car stops. They have to adjust a certain amount of power in that braking power here, and then keep their hands away and hope that this was enough. So gain more speed, so you hit that ball for the Tram-Bowling hard enough. That was not fast enough, I would say. See, the first pin is shaken, but not falling over. That is the tricky part of it. You have to be quick enough, and so you hit that ball hard enough. But if you go too fast and you hit the pins, you lose all the points. But maybe a bit more courage the next time. What you hear now is the whistle that Rogerio gets from Lisama, from her partner. And because he is reversing now, driving the car backwards, but not seeing what he's doing. So he's depending on her acoustic signals here on that. That was a bit too early. You can see her now. She's not satisfied with herself. So running for the next challenge here for the lateral distance. He has to sit down in the cockpit. It's a second train. It's a different train here. This is the another tricky part. So you don't know the trains, and you have to use two of them. So she's adjusting the dummy now until he gets she gets the sign with the thumb up from him. That's the way he wants it, and then he drives on and. He's not allowed to touch the dummy, but he is supposed to be as close as possible. And that looks quite far away from me. See, too far away, no points here. But never mind. Keep it out of your mind. It's a hard task. It's because I think you're 15, 20 meters away, and then you have to know whether this is, I don't know, 1 or 2 centimeters away from the train, because that would be optimal. So now, last one. No, it's the it's not the last one. It's the exact stop. What we got here now, the perfect stop. Second door has to be right in front of that platform, and that doesn't look like a second door to me. The door is opening. You can see the tip of the arrow where it's supposed to be, but it's that was not far enough in this case. The other drivers that didn't get any points, they went too far. They went for the third door. But let me remind you, they do not see. They don't have mirrors here at that point. They do not see anything, and they have to know where that platform and where that arrow is just from driving by. So you drive by, you see it there, and then you have to know how to stop. And it's not a normal brake that you have in that streetcar. It's a streetcar brake. So let's see how fast this trolley is going right in the moment. Okay. So they have to get out and have to push that buzzer again. Only then that the time will stop, and as fast as possible. 5 minutes is not too bad, but still we do not have all the points here, because I think the trolley is still moving. Trolley is, he was too fast. Too much power into that train, and it was a bit too fast, and no points here. But never mind. Let's see at which position they land in the end. Just a second here. So, I'm sorry for the long silence break, but we do have a visitor here, and this is, you have seen her already in action. I don't know whether we can, so let's see if we can hear her. Let's say something. Hi. I don't know whether you, do you hear yourself right in the moment, Brenda?
A little bit.
A little bit. So, if you do not hear her, I will get a signal right in a moment, but this is Brenda from from
Rotterdam.
From Rotterdam, from the team from Netherlands, and this is a champions team because I was told you won that championship, the European Championship, 10 years ago at the exact space here in
Not
Vienna.
me, my colleagues.
Your
10 years
oh
ago.
yeah, well, but your team won it, but you took place already, right? In Eurodea, yeah. So eighth place, but still. To me, you're all champions because I think what you're doing is really, really fantastic. While we were watching Sandra Probst from Germany here doing her first run. How do you feel right in the moment? You're glad it's over. Oh my God, that sounds like it was terrifying. Yeah, that's true. You normally do not task with your trams here, and how hard was it to get used to the trams here in Vienna, to the Austrian trains? Are they very different to yours at home? Quite similar. Okay. The way you drive, yeah. So, in case you cannot hear Brenda, she says this is not a normal way to drive a tram train. It's not the challenge so much that you have to get used to a different train, but this is not the way you drive a tram at home when you have passengers in there and you don't want to endanger them in any case, I guess. That's exactly that. Yeah, that's true. And something happened here because people are cheering, and you can see Sandra still running, the team from Germany, and let's see how she's doing here. So one final question to Brenda. There's the second run is going to come. What's your feeling? Are you going to win? Yeah, you're going to win. Okay, of course. You trained your partner, then nothing can go wrong. Brenda, thank you so very much that you've been here.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So, Team Leipzig is still going. Team Leipzig is still going, and no, it's the Team Berlin and Leipzig. And right in the moment, it's the Team Berlin because Sandra Probst is from Germany. I told you already. This is a team that is made up of two cities, and Sandra Probst driving right in the moment. That was the wrong door again. And but as you can see that they're moving that platform around, the referees. It's not staying in one place. There are little wheels underneath it, and they're moving it around so that the drivers really, when they pass by, they see that little platform there and that little arrow there, and then they have to stop the train exactly where it needs to go, and that is something hard to do. So. This is the last one already. This is the TRAM-Curling. And let's see whether she does that better than the driver from Rio de Janeiro. And stop the tram and give enough speed to the trolley and run out. Jeez. Oh, that was nice. Pulling her partner to the buzzer so they don't lose too much time. So, and is it still going? I think it's still moving, the trolley. Yeah, they're walking still right next to it, but I think it's gonna stop too soon, too early, so that they won't get any points from there. But never mind, this is only the first run. Don't forget that. That's the first run, and the second run will come up when we're all done with all the teams here. So it's gonna be, as you can see that now, Team Paris, Team from France, and Linda and Afid are gonna start for Paris here. You can see them now, Linda and Afid, and I guess Linda is driving. Yeah, she hit the buzzer, as you can see that, and standing in that special rear cockpit of that train, of that special train that we have. And as we learned now, I'm not sure whether you heard, Brenda, my guest that I had just a couple of minutes ago, what the biggest challenge here is. The biggest challenge is not getting used to that new car. The biggest challenge is driving that tram the way we want them to do, because that's not the way you normally drive a tram. And I can imagine that, because there are no passengers here and you have to do all kind of tricks and stuff. And but I think that's the real point, because if you do all that stuff that we demand from them, it shows how well you know that's tram, how well you know your job, how well you know your profession, and if you really got a feeling for everything that you're doing. So Linda is going for the second challenge already, for the speed limits or the speed control, getting the train up to 25 kilometers an hour, and then adjusting that special brake and stop at the exact point where that looks very good. Very, very good. 450 points, somebody told her, I guess. And going for the Tram-Bowling now. And you have to be a bit more courageous here. You have to take all your courage and speed that train up and hit that thing. Because that is something that you do not train as a driver as well. Because you don't want to hit anything that is on the street. You want to brake before you hit it. And but with this one, you have to hit it with a certain force, so that some pins fall over. I think it's one or two. I cannot see it from here. And but you're not allowed to go too fast, because when the train hits the pins, then you get no points. So she's reversing already. You can hear Afid blowing the whistle, or maybe not. Afid is still waiting. This is the microphone that I've been talking a couple of minutes ago. So he's waiting for her, and she's reversing. And when she gets close to that area where you can gain points, he will give her a signal with the whistle. But maybe they talked about not whistling too much and just give one signal here at the start. See, they got a different approach to that, because all the other teams, they whistled and whistled and whistled, and then gave a special signal in the end. And they kind of came up with the plan: do not whistle, just give me one whistle at the end, and then I know where to go. So Linda ran to the second train, sitting down, waiting for a partner, for Afid to adjust the dummy right here, and she looks relaxed. That is good. And Afid is taking his time. Time is something that you shouldn't be losing out of sight, my best, because the faster you go, the more points you can get. The fastest gets 500 points here, and that is something that you might miss in the end when we're not doing so well with all the challenges. So and he's adjusting the dummy now, and she gave him the thumbs up, the signal: leave your hands away, I'm gonna go now. And if you're not allowed to touch the dummy. Oh, a bit too close. That was maybe 3 or 4 centimeters too close. But as you can see, he's hanging his head, but it's not his fault, because they're working as a team, and she has to show him where to put it, and he has to use his experience, of course, as well, to see maybe that's a bit too far, maybe push it back a bit. So now gone for the exact stop. And let's see, it's keep in mind, it's the second door that has to be right in front of that platform, right in front of that arrow, because she's going too fast. Yeah, that was too fast. It's the third door. Why do they all think it's the third door? If it would have been the third door, that would have been an exact stop. That would have been a perfect stop. But it's the wrong door. Sorry for that. Never mind. They're gonna do better in the next run. And let's go for the. Maybe these are fans from Paris. That could be. And so now for the last one, for the Tram-Curling, go up to the point where the referee tells you to stop. Then he puts the trolley right in front of the car, And then let's see how fast you get that one, how fast you get that trolley to go. And it's not supposed to go too fast, but it's not supposed to go too slow as well, because it needs a certain movement, a certain momentum. And it has to stop right at a certain point and then come up with 500 points at the if that is possible. So she stopped the car already. You have a certain zone where you got two signs, and in between those two signs you have to stop the train, running towards the buzzer. And you're not allowed to go further than that second part here. And then let's see where this is stopping. Is it still going? No. See, I told you she stopped it a bit too early, and she has to. You have more space that you have, and I think the more space you use, where you got 10 more meters, where you can push that trolley, and that is better because you have more control over that trolley, because it has to go with a certain speed. So next team is coming already. That's the team from Poland, from Poznan. And we will see Monika and Dariusz coming up. Here they are, Monika and Dariusz. And it looks like Dariusz is going to be first. And he's in full gear, as you can see. That looks very nice, standing in that bit of a secondary cockpit that they have, and going with a stop and go. And I'm so astounded how little water they lose, because I know when I try to brake my car as softly as possible, and these are different brakes. These are very complicated brakes that they're using here, and you have to have such a good feeling to do that. And I think all of them lost a little bit of water there, but they're doing that so perfectly. This is the soft. Accelerating and soft stopping, and this is really astounding here. So Dariusz is running already. Here he comes to the front of the train, going for the next challenge, for the speed control that we have here, and going up to 25 kilometers. You can see that little measurement device that we have here, and he doesn't see it. We see it, but he doesn't see it. Whether he goes, oh, that's very well. A bit too fast, but not that much. And done adjusting that special brake that they have, and stop right at the needed point. That special brake, you have to put a certain kind of force in there, a certain amount of force in there, and then you're not allowed to touch it anymore. And so you have to know how much force you have to put in there. And this is, for that, you have to know how fast you're going. So hit it a second time. That was well done. That's the first that ran over all the 5 pins. That was really good. See, it was fast enough so he can because he hit the ball a second time, but he was not that fast that he touched any of the pins that was standing there. Well done. This is the first with the full points here from the Tram-Bowling. So he's doing the reverse now. You can hear the whistle again. And he's listening to Monika, his partner, and she's giving him the signals. And now here comes the signal to stop. Ooh, not that bad. It's not 500, but it's really good. See, this is, you have to believe in your partner, that he stops at a certain point, and he has to believe in her that she gives the signal at the point where he has some 2 or 3 seconds to react to that signal. And now again he has to rely on her, because she is moving the dummy here, as you can see, with his directions, bit more, and let's see how well they're doing here, because he's not allowed to touch that partner. Not the partner, the dummy. And he stops. He doesn't. Ooh, well, that was well done. That was the first that has placed the dummy. The first team that has placed the dummy, and then that absolute perfect form here. Maybe 2 or 3 centimeters away from the tram. He didn't touch it. Really well. Now let's see how they're doing with the perfect stop, because right in the moment it looks like Team Poznan is in the lead. The second door, do not forget that. See, they moved that door, the platform again. It's not perfect. Well, looks like, I'm not sure whether they're gaining any points or not, but it was the right door. At least it was the right door, because for the last 3 or 4 teams, there were no points because they missed the platform completely with the door that they were aiming for. So now for the curling, the last discipline that we have, the real new one with the trolley. So right now he's waiting for the referee to give him the sign to stop, moving the trolley where it's supposed to be, and then give the trolley the right momentum, the right speed, so it goes to the points but stops at the right spot where it's supposed to stop. And you can see now he's driving the car. That was the first sign. They're all stopping quite early, but they're the professionals. Maybe they don't need that meter or so extra. That was a real hit. But you can see how energy loaded they are, how full of energy there, and how full of excitement they are, and that's something nice to see. I really like that. And it's the first place. They're going to the points. Some points they will take with them, and it's still and already they're in the first place. They're leading. It's the leading team. So we got a new leader, and it's the team from Poland. Well done. Well done here. So Team Morocco from Casablanca will be the next, while people are still cheering for the team from Poland. And right so. The leader now, and they did really well. Dariusz, very good. Poland, Vienna, Austria, Spain, Romania, Hungary. So this was the 10th team already, because we go for a second ranking here. And who's going to be 6th? Netherlands is 6th. France, Belgium, Brazil, and Germany is the last place here. And let's see how Team Morocco is doing. So we're still having a little break here. We're waiting for Team Morocco from Casablanca. It's Muna and Mohamed. We will see in a couple of minutes. They're the drivers. So maybe well, you see the crowd here thinning out the further away they get from the center of everything. But as you can see, there are thousands and thousands of people left and right from the tracks, and there's a big screen on the other side of this area where we are sitting right in the moment, and there are thousands more. I think that 30,000 something was said expected here in for the next couple of hours, and we're still waiting for Muna and Mohamed from Team Casablanca. So here we go. Team Casablanca, right. And by the way, the pictures that you see, these are pictures from the city where the drivers come from. And it seems like we've already the first run of the Team Casablanca, and it's Mohamed driving. Already at the second stop. And here we go for the third one. Let's see, not too bad. It's shaking, but it's not spilling that much. Well done. So Mohamed's got the sign already. Go back to the front of the of the train. Run through the train, go to the front of the train, and then let's sit down and go for the second task, go for the speed control, and going up to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing any speedometer. Not at all. This is covered, and he has to feel how fast he's going. And then he has to feel from the speed that he has, how much force does he need for the brake. And not too bad, not too bad. Because he's not allowed, if he adjusted the brake, he's not allowed to adjust it anymore. And that was not too bad. So that's the third discipline where they gain points, and not too little. And let's see how they do with bowling here. Last one, Darius, he was able to pull them all over. He's breaking. Oh, he's breaking, but not too bad. 3 pins. 3 pins, so I take that back. He was doing very well. I thought he braked a bit too early, but no, he didn't. And now let's wait for the whistle. Let's wait for Muna to give him the signals that he needs. So signal is go back, go back. And she has to give him the stop signal at the right time, because he needs a second or two to react to that. So she needs to give it a bit earlier, but not too early, because then he stops too early, and he has to stop at one exact spot. Well done. That was really well done. And then I'd even see how well it did, because he has to get out of the train and run to the next train already. And as Mohamed is sitting down, Moana is going for the dummy, and now she has to adjust the dummy with his directions, where to go. He says, go back, and here he's got the thumbs up. And no, too far, go back again, now thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up means you're not allowed to touch it anymore. And here we go. And then he has to stop. And he's not allowed to touch it, but he shouldn't be too far away. That I cannot say. Well, points, at least points. He didn't touch it, and it was not that far away that he didn't get any points. That's okay. So let's go for the last 2 disciplines for the perfect stop. And if you want to follow that, keep in mind it's the second door. The second door has to be with the middle of the door has to be exactly where that arrow is, and they move the platform again, so they don't have that time. What is he doing? Second door, and there we go. Now second door. Well, not too bad, not too bad. It is the door that we have here, and again points gaining here. Well done here. And let's go for the last one. It's always hard to say how much points they gained here, because we have only that angle that we've been shown from the camera, but the referees, they're standing right in front of that, and they can see exactly how much point they gained, and this is what we going to be told then later on. It's not a bad run. I don't think that they will change the leadership of Poland or Austria right in the moment, but it's not a bad run. And don't forget, there's going to be a second one, and the drivers are more confident in the second one. So here we go in. The train is stopping, but the trolley is moving on. This is it's a Dreisine in Europe. So here we go. Time has stopped already now because they pushed the buzzer. It's still going, and I think it's going out of the points. Too fast, too far, no points here. But only one discipline where they didn't get any points. So that was well done. From 8 tasks, they had 7 tasks where they made points. So it's not too bad here. And you can see Team Morocco is on number 3 now. Well done, well done. So we get the second partners from overseas, the team from US of the A, from San Diego here. And we'll see Latisa and Josh coming up as drivers from the US. First time, of course, that any US team participating here in Europe, because there was the European Championship before that, the first Tram Championship for the world that we have, the first World Cup that you see, that you witness right in the moment, and Josh is already on his way. Josh is doing the first task here, stop and go. First stop he did already, just accelerating very softly, stopping very softly so that no water is pouring out of there. And I guess as it looks here, the people in San Diego, they really do not fall over if people like Josh are driving those trains and are doing it that softly as they do. So he ran through the train and sat down in the front, and it's the exact speed now. "25 kilometers, or for Josh, it's 15.5 miles an hour that he has to go. And as I told you, no speedometer here. So 17, that's a bit too slow. But I think maybe in the States they drive a bit slower. I don't know. But the exact braking was very good. The targeted braking, that was well done. And now he's going for the bowling. This is an American sport, I think. I'm not sure. But he should be doing well there. Let's see how he and his train are performing here when going for the ball. Oh, that was not too bad. That was well done. Well done, and the perfect stop and the perfect break. And Letisa is waiting for him to give him the signals, because she is the one that to use the whistle now, as you can hear it now. And it's funny because there's so much cheering outside and really much noise outside, but every time the whistling starts and every time they need that focus on the whistle, it gets so quiet out here. That's something nice that they're all going with that and all keeping their voices down, and the music is stopping, and everybody is focused. That is really nice. So Letisa's giving him the signals to still reverse, go back, and when she gives him the stop sign, then he has to stop the car, and let's see how well he's doing here. And well done. That was really well done. I think it's somewhere between 450 and 500 points. And Josh is running and cheering for the next stop. And he has to wait for Letisa now. Come on, girl. Because she has to move the dummy. The dummy that he is not allowed to touch. And he has to tell her where to put it. It's his decision. Is that far enough? Is that close enough? And of course, this is something that the driver needs. That's a skill that the driver needs. That you really see when you go through the city. I'm going to touch that, or I'm going to pass that. And this is what this task is all about. That's not. Maybe it's. I cannot tell. Cannot tell whether there are points or not. He didn't touch it, so if there are points, he gained them. But I think it's a tricky one. It's really a tricky one. So the perfect stop now. It's almost the last one here. And here's the platform that he passes. And the second door, no. Even the third door is gone already. So no points here because wait, keep in mind they're moving that platform around, the referees here. It's not at a certain point where you can keep it in mind and where you know and remember it. And so Josh is going for the last task already, for the last challenge here, and has to stop the train so that the referee can put the trolley up there. And then he gets the signal you can go, but not that far. There are two red signs there, and he has to stop the streetcar somewhere in between them, and hopefully gives the trolley enough speed, enough momentum. That looks quite fast. Maybe it's too fast. So Josh and Letisa going for the buzzer. Don't forget the buzzer. Here we go. There, well done. But that was too fast. That was too much momentum, too much speed in there. So he didn't get any points here. But not too bad. Not too bad for Team San Diego. And don't forget, keep in mind, this is the first run. And most of the teams perform much better when they go for the second one. So let's go up in the north. Let's go up to Edinburgh. Let's go for Team Scotland here. Here we go. Kira and Jason. Jason will be driving the first run. He hit the buzzer already. And let's see how he's doing here. They had an internal tournament in Edinburgh, and Kira and Jason, they both won that internal tournament. This is why they're here. And going for the first task already. Let's see how he's doing. It's quite a new line they have here. It's only founded in 2014, the tram in tram line in Edinburgh. But that doesn't mean that they're no good or anything, because as far as you've seen it here already, Jason didn't lose that much water. So it's in the front already. He's speeding up the car for this. Oh, he is going fast. It's almost double the speed that Josh from San Diego did. And here the braking, the targeted braking, he's got points. Didn't see how fast he was going and how far he was in that point area. But still, things are working for him. So, how's doing with the bowling? Okay, at least one. That means points. It maybe not so many points, but he's got points. He gained points in there, and he didn't touch the pins. So all is well. And it's getting quiet again. As Kira Sutter, Jason's partner, is giving the signals with the whistle, and he is reversing. He's not seeing anything. He just hears her. He cannot see backwards while reversing the car. And stop signal. Okay, it's a bit too far. And the thing is that when you get the stop signal from your partner, it's 1 or 2 seconds before you can react, and then it's another second before the train reacts. And so you really have to be kind of precise. Kira is there already adjusting the dummy. And Jason gives her direction. So you've seen the thumbs up means, yeah, that's good. That's where I want to have it. And now he's ever so slowly taken the train there to the stop sign. And so he didn't touch it. And points. Maybe not that much, but still points, and it counts because the train did not touch the dummy. So. Oh, he's going for the next task, for the perfect stop here. Let's see, that's the second door. That has to be right in front of that. That's too far again. It's not even a door where he is. For everybody just joining us now, welcome to the World Tram Championship here. You see the team from Great Britain, the team from Edinburgh, and this was the challenge perfect stop. There is there's an arrow inside of the train, right in the middle of the second door, and you have to stop that train so perfectly that arrow inside of the train and an arrow that is on the platform outside of the train, that they match, that they really point to each other. So now the trolley. It's the TRAM-Curling, as they call it. The tram has to move a trolley that was adjusted to it, and the trolley has to move into the points. And the thing is that you cannot control it that good. And I don't know whether you know ice curling or something like that. That, of course, is similar where you get the name from. And I don't know if anybody of you tried that, but it's really, really hard. It's not that easy to adjust the speed and the momentum of that trolley so exactly that the trolley or whatever you have got in your hand. In this case, it's a trolley. Stops at the point where you need it. Team Melbourne from Australia, our third partner from far, far away. 16,000 miles between Vienna and Melbourne. That is really, really far away. Sally Burgess and Crack Mayer from down under starting here now. And they don't have a uniform that is similar to the other ones, because the other one is a dark blue or maybe a black. That is more colorful that they have here. That looks good. Taken part for the first time, of course, because as I said before, until last year we had 13 European championships, and this is the first World Tram Championship here. And I think they're starting already. Some fans here. No, so they're not starting. So it's Crack and Sally still waiting here. And I think it looks like Sally is the one that is going to take the first run for the team. Born in 1970. So she's 55 years old. Means she's an experienced driver. Oh, no, I take that back. It's Greg, but still born in 1970, as well an experienced driver. Driving the trains since 2022 on the lines in Melbourne, and taken the first challenge already, stop and go. You see that water container that is adjusted to the train, and you really have to accelerate and as softly as possible, so that well, no water. You cannot expect no water coming out, but as little water as possible. So you got the sign for the thumbs up. Everything is good. You can go back to the other side of the train and go for the speed challenge. Speed challenge means he has to accelerate the train up to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing the speedometer. He's not allowed to see the speedometer. We covered that. And so he has to do it by feeling. He has to feel the train, how fast is it going and not. And after he passed that measuring zone here, and he doesn't see how fast he's going, he has to adjust the braking force of that special brake that they have. Take the fingers away. 16, he was a bit too slow. Has to take the fingers away from the brake, and then the brake itself brakes the train. It stops the train because you cannot adjust it anymore. You adjust the power, give the signal that the train has to stop, and then the train does its work according to the power that you put on according to the force that you put on the brake. And then he didn't do that bad. I think it was something of 400 points, maybe a bit less. Going for the fourth challenge already. Going for the Tram-Bowling. And he has to hit that ball hard enough so that the pins fall over, but he is not allowed to go so fast that he might hit the pins with the train, and he didn't. So now we got the signal outside again. Maybe you heard the voice that everybody has to be more silent a bit more, so that they can hear the whistling signal that Sally gives her partner, Craig, because he's reversing the train now, without seeing anything in the back, and fully trusting Sally to give him the right signals. And those whistle pipes that she's doing, that means keep on moving, and then she gives him a final sign that means stop. And if everything works out, he stops the train soon enough that he stops at a certain point, which he didn't, but still points. That it's not a perfect stop, but it's a good stop, I would say. And Craig doesn't even have the time to look at that, because he's out there already running for the second train. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about him if he's running that fast, because it says here he did 11 full marathons already in his life. That is something special. So next is lateral distance, saying that you have to place a dummy at the side of the track, and you have to place it in a perfect manner. So when he comes up with the train is not allowed to touch the dummy, but it should be as close as possible, so that in real life, you know that you can pass by something that is hanging in or standing there, and it's not too. Oh, he touched it. Touched it. 0 points in this case, but never mind. He did quite well until up here, and there's still 2 more challenges to go. So don't worry, just keep it out of your head and go for the perfect stop. You can see that little mobile platform that the referees are moving around all the time. And on that platform, there's that arrow that you have to reach with the second door. The second door of the train has to be right in front of that little platform, and up. You see, that's too far. When the door opens, you probably see that it's there's no right on the right hand. You can see a little bit of the arrow that is inside of the train. There's an arrow inside of the train, right in the middle of those doors, and if that arrow points exactly to the arrow that's outside on the platform, then you gain the full points. But never mind, no points here. But now he going for the last one, for the Tram-Curling, pushing that trolley. So they're adjusting that trolley here, the Dreisine, going on that tracks. And he has to move the train fast enough so that there's a momentum, there's speed on that trolley. And then he has to stop the train at a certain point, and he's not allowed to move it on anymore, so that the trolley goes by itself. This is the curling part. And if it goes fast enough, it gets to that area where you can see where it's where they gain points. And time's up for the team from Melbourne. Oh, look at that! Maybe it's 200 already, 175. Some points. I think some points will be there. But no, it's still moving a bit. Ooh, it's still moving. Maybe it's getting out of the point range. Nah, it stopped. We cannot see it. Maybe some points. We will have to wait. We will have to wait. And moving on to Ireland, moving on to Team Dublin. Oksana and William. They are. Oop, up, up. So here we go. Oksana is starting already, and that is good because he doesn't have any time to lose. Because speed and the time that you take, that's a matter as well. The faster you go, the more points you get. The fastest from all the teams, they get 500 points if they stay under a certain amount of time. So stop and go. Accelerate as softly and stop as softly as you can, so no drop of water spills out of that bowl, of that container that is exact to the car here. Get the first sign, get the first discipline already, the first challenge already, running through the train. That looks very good. Sitting down at the front of the train. Here she is, and accelerating the train here. You can see it in her face how focused she is. So 25 kilometers an hour she needs to take the train without seeing any speedometers. That doesn't look that bad. Looks like 24. Ooh, and a perfect stop. A perfect stop. That was really, really well done. And keep in mind, it's not a normal brake. This is not a car that you just push a brake and then it stops. It's a certain kind of brake where you have to put a certain amount of force into the brake and then leave your fingers away, and then it does the work and it stops the car all by itself. And well done. Tram-Bowling was well done. 2 pins fell over, and the train didn't touch the pins here. Now it's getting quiet again, while William is giving signals to his partner Oksana. But she's reversing the speed car now without seeing anything. She is not allowed to look backwards. She has to listen to the whistle, and he gives the sign. Ooh. She gained some points, but tricky part here is that when your partner gives you the sign, it takes 1 or 2 seconds to react for the driver, and it takes 1 second for the train to react. So you have to give it early enough, so you stop at a perfect point. But it's hard to do, I guess. So lateral, not damage, but lateral distance here. So there's a dummy they have to move at the side of the track, and it has to be positioned in a way that the train does not touch the dummy, but it has to be as close as possible when the train comes. So it doesn't touch, it looks like it doesn't touch, but it's too far away, no points here. Sorry for that one. But we're going for perfect stop. Never mind, wipe it out of your mind and go for the next one. The perfect stop, and stop the train with the second door right in front of that little mobile platform. There's a mobile platform with an arrow on it, and there's an arrow inside of the train. The second door, and it passed the second door already. And they give the sign, you can go. That's wrong. It's the wrong door. It's the third door. And there's no arrow on the third door because the arrow is in the second door. So this is, she went too far a bit. But I can imagine there's a lot of pressure here, a lot of people around. And as Britta told us, this is not the normal way you drive a streetcar as a professional tram driver. That's not how you handle a streetcar. So this is, these are real challenges. They know their cars and they know how they react, but this is not the way they're trained out on the streets normally. So it's like, I don't know, for a world champion in eating soup, but you have to use a knife or something. Maybe that's a bad picture, I don't know. So last challenge already. We're going for the curling, and you have to push, you have to give speed and momentum, and here they're running out of the train and stop already. Well done, both of you. And let's see if they give enough speed and enough momentum to that trolley that it stops somewhere at the point range. And it seems like it. It's still moving. It passed the 500 already, but it's slowing down and slowing down. It's still moving. The more it moves, the less points you get. Well done. Well done. So let's go for a new ranking, because we've seen 15 teams already. There are 10 more to come, but every 5 teams we give you a ranking of the best teams. Still Poland in the front, and the host, the team Vienna, is in second place. Morocco, Spain, Hungary, Ireland, Netherlands, France, Belgium. There was Germany was 10th in the last ranking. Let's see where they went. Great Britain, Brazil, the US team, the German team, and the Australian team on the 15th. So now we have a special team coming up as the next team. That's the team from Ukraine, from Kiev. And normally we have a male driver and a female driver, but in this case, and I guess you all know why we have 2 female drivers, because they can't spare any men from them. Team Kiev is Halina and Afanasyava from Ukraine. Let's see who's going to start first. Oh, and no waiting, no fussing around, just getting in there. And as you can see, she's standing here because this is the back of a special train that has that doesn't normally a streetcar has a cockpit in the front and a cockpit in the back, so there's no real front and back here. But this is a special train for Halina, and It has a kind of a cockpit in the back. It's just a little cockpit where you can move the train around, but not much more. And this is the one that we used for that first challenge, for the soft stop and soft go, and where she needs a real good feeling in her hands and lose as little water as possible, while she has to stop 3 times, accelerate and stop 3 times, and do that really as soft as possible. Now she ran through the train. She's sitting in the front already, going for the speed control. Accelerate to 25 kilometers an hour exactly, if you can do that, but without using the speedometer. We covered the speedometer, so she cannot see how fast she's going in real life. She has to feel it. And when she's through that measuring area that we put up there, she has to brake the train. So give some force of the brakes, and then keep her fingers away and hope that the force is enough that the train stops at a certain point where she gains good points here. So 26 kilometers an hour, not too bad. Oh, and a very good stop. A very good stop here. So we're done with the third task already. Let's go for the Tram-Bowling. Speed up the train as fast as possible so you hit that ball that is right in front of you, and the ball hits the pins. And let's see how many pins fall over. Very good. 2. Not too bad. Well done, Halina. The thing here is, normally you're trained to not hit anything that is on the tracks, and you have to go fast enough so you hit the ball that it runs over the pins, but you're not allowed to go so fast that you hit the pins with your train. So it's quiet outside here already because she's reversing the train, and she only can rely on that signals on the whistle signals that her partner gave her. Not too bad. 350 points at the reversing and at the stopping. And now she has to get out of the train, running to a different streetcar that is here, because it's a different model as well. And her partner, Afanasivia, is adjusting the dummy right now. So this is a lateral distance. Know the width of your train. Know how far over of the tracks that train is going, and know if you can pass something that is on the street. This is the skill that is needed here. So that is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Very well done. You see the last couple of teams, they whether ran over that dummy or were too far away, placed the dummy too far away, so that they're gaining no points. But that was well done. So let's go for the perfect stop. See how she's doing here. And it's the second door. I remind you when that is counting. The second door has to be right in front of that platform, and that looks not too bad. That looks not too bad. Really, really well. So you can see that little red arrow that is in the middle of the door, and that is a really, really good driver right at the moment. I mean, it's unfair because I think they're all really, really good drivers, but maybe she is able to get her nerves together. So let's see what she's doing here for the last one already, the Tram-Curling. She has to stop, wait for the referee to adjust the trolley that she has to move there. The trolley that moves on the same tracks as the train does. And then there's a certain area where she can accelerate the train, but then she has to stop the train again, and hope that she gave the trolley the right momentum, the right speed, so it goes on to the zone where it gains point. And at the same time, they have to get out of the train and run to the buzzer because, and that's a really good time. It's not 5 minutes here. Really, really, really good time. And the trolley is still moving. Maybe it goes into the area where they gain points here. And if that is the case, I'm pretty sure that Team Kiev will go up and maybe get some leading position here. It stopped. There are points. I cannot tell you how much, but it's not too far away from the range where you gain points. Well done. Well, well done. Now we make another big leap, geographically wise, because let's go to China. Let's go to Hong Kong. Very old city already, but not that old streetcar system that they have there. Founded in 1979. And we got Chiu Long Yu and Sang Quan Ming. And I think it's Chiu Long Yu that did the start here. Buzzer was pushed already, and they're on the tracks already going out. And I've heard a little interview with them yesterday, and they're kind of playing the underdogs and saying, we really need luck here, and the competition is that high, and in the end said, but we got to win. And I thought that was really, really sweet. So Chiu Long Yu on the tracks now, going for the third and final stop here with the stop and go competition, the stop and go challenge. Accelerate and stop as softly as you can, so you lose as little water as possible from that container that was put to the front of the train. So you got the signal already to go back, run through the train and sit down in the front of the train, sit down in the cockpit and go for the next challenge, go for the next task that is waiting for her, that is the speed control. Speed up the train to 25 kilometers an hour without having a look at the speedometer, because that is covered. You cannot see it. You have to feel it, and then use that special brake. Give just the right amount of force into that brake, so the streetcar stops at a certain point, certain spots that was appointed there. She was a bit too slow, so she didn't reach but the stop is really, really well done. That was very good. So now let's go for the fourth task already here for the bowling. I don't know whether bowling is a favorite sports in Hong Kong, but let's see how she's taking her train there. Move fast enough so it's falling. Yeah. Oh, that is mean. That is so mean. How can that be possible? I mean, that is really weird. It should have fallen. That is really weird. And it's getting quiet again out here because Sang Guan is out and giving the reversing signals. So Chiulo is reversing the train, but she cannot look backwards. She doesn't see anything in the back, and she only has to rely on the signals that her partner is giving her. And that's the stop signal. Ooh, well done. That is a really good team. That's a perfect team they have here. Well done. And they don't even enjoy the points that they get there, because she has to leave the train already and run to the next train, waiting for the. So she is waiting for her partner here. And he has to adjust that dummy with her directions, telling her, no, go further away, further, now a bit more. So she gives the thumbs up. That's the signal that he has to take his fingers away. The dummy is not allowed to use to be moved anymore. And let's see whether they work as a good team in this challenge as well. The dummy has to be as close to the tram as possible, which is not, but far enough away that they don't run into it. But that was a bit too, well, too far away. So the perfect stop. Let's see how well she's doing here. The second door is the one that counts, and if you're doing that well, you're gaining all the points that you kind of lost in the second challenge here. Here comes the second door, and she has to stop the second door. Ooh, no, too far away. So it's in between the second and the third door, that arrow where we would need it. I think there's no points in here. I'm not sure, because if you look at the other side of the door, maybe there were a few points that she gained here, but it was not a perfect stop, and that is what the challenge is called. So, tram curling already. Let's go for the last challenge here for that run for the team of China. The trolley is placed in front of the car, and she looks quite relaxed. So, I don't know whether this is show or not. One of the drivers said her motto was "fake it until you make it." So this is the drop-off zone already. She has to stop the streetcar, get out, and run to the buzzer because the time's running, and she has to push the buzzer. So that run for them is over, but not for the trolley. The trolley is still moving, and if it's not going too fast, they will get some points, but it looks like it's too fast. They gave it too much speed. Oh, wait. Maybe I talked too early. No, it's out. It's out of the point range, so no points here. But never mind, it's the first run. Keep that in mind, the first run, and there is another one to come. So, Czech Republic, Brno. I'm not sure whether this is pronounced correctly, but this is the way I can do it. Brno. In German, it's Brünn, from the Czech Republic. So it's Katarina and Marek that we will see here. And they had an internal challenge as well in Czechoslovakia. And they both won those challenges, those internal challenges. So this is why they're here, representing the Czech Republic for that first Tram World Championship that we're witnessing right now. And the first challenge here, as usual, stop and go, accelerating and stopping as softly as you can, so you don't lose as much water or as little water as possible in that challenge. But as you can see in that little clock that is ticking down there, you cannot do that so slowly that you're not losing any water. And you're going on plain for safety here, because you have to do it in a certain time. So you got the signal, and I think it's Marek. Marek has to run through the train to take place in the other side of the train, in the real cockpit of that train, and go for the next, or for the second challenge here, for the speed control. Speed up the train to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing the speedometer. So 25. Ooh, that was good. And keep in mind, he doesn't see any speedometer, and not a bad break as well. 375 it looks from here. I'm not sure whether these are the points they're going to count for him, but well done. The third discipline is over, and they're doing well, the team from Czech Republic here. And now they going for the bowling. Let's see where is the big ball. Hit it hard enough, Marek. Ooh, he braked. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. At least one pin fell over, and at least they're gaining some points. And it's getting quiet again here, because the fifth discipline is the reversing, where Marek gets the signal what to do from Katarina, from his partner, and he has to reverse the tram without seeing anything, and he has to listen to her, and she gives him the signal, go, or stop. So that was the stop signal. Not too bad, not too bad. I can see the 500 still. I think it's not a perfect stop, but it's well done, and they're running for the next train already. See, they have to. It's not only that they have to come here and get used to the trains they used in Vienna, but it's not only one model that they have to get used to. It's a second one as well. This is a bit tricky, I think, but that's normal. This is how the competition is built and has been built for years and years. And if you have been here earlier, we've been talking to Brenda from Brussels. And she said, getting used to the models is not the big thing. Treating those poor trains the way they have to do it in this competition, and they're not trained to do that, that is the main thing. Oh, that is too far away. As you can see here, for the lateral distance, placing the dummy as close to the train as possible without touching it, and that was too far away, so no points here. But you can get those points with the perfect stop if you're doing that good. So moving the train up to the next platform here. the mobile platform with a little arrow here and watching it while you pass, and then stop at the second door, right at the ooh la la. That's very good. 475, I would say, from this angle. But this is only the angle that we got from the camera. So the real points and the real win we will see when the referees are done with them. So last task already for the Tram-Curling. Let's see how Marek is doing here. Getting the stop sign, and now the referees, they're putting the trolleys, putting it in place. And the trolley moves on the same tracks as the train, and they have to speed up the train, and with that the trolley as well, and then stop the train at a certain point, and the trolley goes on. And you have to hope that you gave it enough speed and enough momentum that it and coming back and hitting the buzzer, so the run is over for them, and a very good time. And now wait, the trolley goes on, and hopefully has enough speed to stop at a point where they gain really high points and high score. So 300 to 150 already, but it seems it's stopping within that range of points. It's still moving a bit, Now it stands. They don't tell us whether, no, it's still moving. They don't tell us right in the moment, we cannot see it, whether they gained any points, but it was not a bad run, not at all. So we stayed locally we stay kind of close to the area because we're going to Croatia, we're going to Team Zagreb. Monica and Tomislav are the drivers for Zagreb. Here we can see them. Hi, happy welcome here. And they started already, and Tomislav is the one starting. And he did the second place in the internal championship last year. So they thought he's a good driver. Let's put him here and let's see how he's doing with the challenges. For example, the first one with the start and stop. Driving softly and with as much feeling for the train as possible. Accelerating and stopping as softly as possible so you don't lose any water, if that is possible. Ask for his hobbies. He said, I got 4 kids. Mostly I'm with the kids. I don't have time for hobbies. I can imagine that. I only have 2, but it's 4 kids. I think that is your hobby then. So he went to the train already and is going for the next challenge for the speed control, speeding up the train with for up to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing anything. I think that was so slow that they didn't even take. What did he do? He stopped the train. Maybe something was wrong. Maybe something went wrong in there, because he normally has to speed up the train and take it through a certain area where you measure the speed, and you have to keep it up for the 25 kilometers in there without seeing the speedometer, and then he has to adjust that special brake that is in there, adjust the force that is in there, and I think that is what he's doing now. The perfect stop, trying that. Maybe something was wrong. 1.99, is that the speed he was taking? That was really slow then. So here's the perfect stop. And he's got a referee now, he's got a helper in there. Maybe he's got problems with that streetcar. Do not forget, in Zagreb they use different streetcars than they use here in Vienna, and he only got 1 day or maybe a couple of hours to get used to the streetcars that they use here. And Tram-Bowling didn't look that bad. He hit the ball fast enough so that one of the pins fell over. And now it's getting quiet again here because it's reversing, and he needs the quiet, so he hears Monica's signal that she's giving here. Taking the car backwards without seeing anything and just relying on her acoustic signal here with the pipe. pipe or with the whistle that she has, that she uses. And they kind of came up with a stop signal that they... There it is. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Keep in mind that if she gives him the signal, it takes him 1 or 2 seconds to react, and then the train needs another second when he pulls in the brake. And so that was not a bad challenge here. So next one already, they had to switch the trains. They're in the second train now, and now the lateral distance, and Monica is adjusting the dummy, but with his directions. He has to tell her to the front, to the left, to the right, and when he thinks it's positioned in the right spot there, then he starts the train, and he's not allowed to touch it, but it looks very close, but he touched it. Yeah, that was too close. That was too close, and therefore no points here. Because if you do it in the right way, where the dummy is placed close enough, so it's really, really close, maybe an inch away from it, but you do not touch it, then you get full points. But in this case, if you touch the dummy, you don't get any points. But never mind, this is the next challenge already, where you can gain up to 500 points again, and that was quite fast. There's no door showing because you have to, the second door of the train has to be, with the middle of the second door, it has to be right there where you can see that arrow with the 500 points. This would be a perfect stop, but I think he went too far. It looks like he even passed the third door of the train. Now he's going for the last challenge here, getting the signal to stop, adjusting the trolley, and this is the curling. And he has to curl now with a trolley right in front of his train that uses the same tracks as the speed car. He has to speed up and then stop it with the feeling that you giving the train the right amount. And now they're getting out of the train while the trolley is still going, running for the buzzer. She's chasing him and go. He didn't hit the buzzer. Did he hit the buzzer? Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But in the meantime, we just watched the trolleys going, and yeah, maybe too much. And you give him too much of speed, and so the trolley moves out of that range where you can gain points. But never mind, that wasn't a bad run, and I'm not getting tired to say that. It's the first one. Everything can change with the second one. So, next one, Team Sweden. Let's go for Stockholm. This is quite an interesting team because Elinor is the youngest contestant here. She's 24. And Mikael, her partner, he's the oldest contestant. And he is, I think, 67. And combined, they took part in the European parts for 4 times already. Because Elinor started 1 time a couple of years ago. And Mikael was there already for 3 times. So he's a veteran here. And Elinor said she wants revenge because a couple of years ago she was, I think it was 3rd place, and she said she came here to win, and she didn't. Now she wants revenge. That's what she said in an interview. So already the first task is done, or the start and stop without losing too much water. Going for the second one already. Elinor run through the train. I think it is Elinor driving because Elinor Svensson. Yeah, that's what it says here. So Elinor is driving the train, going for the second task, going for the speed control, speed it up to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing the speedometer. Keep focused, and you have to feel it. And then after that, you have to adjust that special brake and make a perfect stop there. Let's see. He's not getting the train started. She's now in the real cockpit of the train. With the first challenge, she was in the back of the train. That is a kind of a secondary cockpit that you have there. That's a special train. Normally, with speed cars, you have with street cars, you have a cockpit in the front and a cockpit in the back. But this is an ultra low floor streetcar. It's a kind of a new one. and so it only has a secondary cockpit in the back and a real cockpit in the front. So speedometer is done already. Cannot see it. I think it's 17 or something like that. And then the perfect brake. Well, maybe a bit too much force that she put on the brake, but it's not that bad because it's at least 400 points, I would say, from this angle that she did quite well. And then now she has to go for the fourth one, for the Tram-Bowling. Hit that ball hard enough so it kicks over all the pins that are placed behind it. And this is a mean task because you are trained to stop before anything can happen. You're trained to stop and not to hit anything that is in front of you. But 3 pins is quite well done here, Elinor. And now it's getting quiet again outside at the tracks because Elinor needs the acoustic signal from her partner Mikhail. This is a funny thing. When the fourth task is done, you hear shh going everywhere. Everybody's going silent. Well done. Not too bad. 300, 350, something like that. 400 maybe. He has to rely completely on she has to rely completely on the signals of her partner. She has to listen to that whistle that he's blowing and then to stop. So lateral distance with the second train they're using here, and he has to place the dummy with her directions. Go further, and that dummy has to be placed right next to the tracks, but so that you get really close to the streetcar when you stop there, but not too close. That looks like it's too far away. Let's see when they measure it, because why not? Yeah. Oh no, it's too far away. What did I say? No, see, sometimes the angle just tricks you when you didn't see the theater. I think that they didn't gain any points. I'm not sure, but I think it was too far away. So let's go for the perfect stop, and I guess they moved that mobile platform around again, the referees, so you cannot remember it, and you have to see it when you pass it, and the second door of the train has to be right in front of that platform. Well, it's points. It's not. I cannot really make out how many points, but it looks like they're points. See, this is the second door, and the second door, the middle of the second door should be right in front of that red space and that red arrow that is there. So they're almost done. So it's just the Tram-Curling that Elinor has to go through one more time. So she's going to the front. The referees are putting the trolley there that she has to move and that she has to curl, and now speed up with enough speed to get the trolley to that point where they can gain points, where they can score, and stop the train and get out of there. Run to the buzzer, hit the buzzer. So they buzzed. Their run is over, but we still have to wait for the trolley. Have to wait for the trolley. Where is it? There is it, still going. Let's see, Elinor, how well you did. Bit too much power that you gave there, but too much speed and too much momentum. It's still moving. It looks like, oh la la. No, I think it. Yeah, they stop it by themselves. They stop it before it rolls out by itself, and that means it went too far. So no points here for Sweden, but never mind. Let's go for the scoring. It's still Poland and Austria in the lead. Then it's Ukraine. Ukraine took the third place now. Morocco and Czech Republic, and you can see Austria and Ukraine are really close. I think that's 5 or 8 points that is in between them. Then Spain, Romania, Hungary, Ireland, and Netherlands on the 10th. Let's go for France and Belgium. Oh, they're close as well. Sweden is not far behind Great Britain and Brazil, so they're all kind of close together. And the last 5 teams, the US team from Germany is the next, and Australia, and now Croatia, that is far of 900 points. But all of the rest, I think, somewhere between 18th place and the let's say the 7th place. They're kind of close together. So this is not over here. This is not over. The second run is coming. So let's go to Finland. Let's go to Tampere. Maria and Toni. Toni Ranzi and Maria Leitoniemi, I would say. Leitoniemi. I'm not talking to her, which is a shame. I should have. Here we got no smiling faces because they're focused, I guess. Here we go. I think Maria hit the buzzer. That means Maria is going for the first run. And the first challenge is stop and go. Let's see how she's doing here. How well she knows that car by now. Only had 1 day to get used to it, and softly accelerating and softly braking. So you lose as little water in that from that bowl, from that container that they put to the front of the to the back. To be honest, because this is the back of the car, back of the street car. And she's done with that first challenge already, and she didn't lose that much water, I'd say. And now she's running to that train, to the front of the train, sitting in the cockpit, going already for the second challenge for the speed control here. Speeding up the train to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing anything, taking the train with those 25 kilometers per hour through to the measuring area, and then hit the brakes. But these are special brakes, 20 maybe, I'd say. These are special brakes, so you have to adjust the power before before doing anything else, and then the train goes on, and then the force of that brake that hits later. So you have to make up your mind how much force you would want to put on there, and it seems like Maria did not put enough force in there. So now bowling. Go as fast as possible. 2 pins run over. Well done. Not too bad. So she's gaining points and points. Not that many, but still gaining points is gaining points. So now it's getting quiet again because Maria needs the acoustic signal from her partner Toni. And she's reversing the car without looking backwards, only relying on the acoustic signal that he gives her with his whistle. And she's waiting for the signal, probably just to stop. Some teams use the whistle all the time, so the other hears, yeah, you can go, you can go, you can go. And some teams just use it in the end. Ooh, that was well done. That was, see, that was not too bad. So they have to get out of the first train already, running for the second one. I think that was the first smile that I saw from Maria. And we're at challenge number 6 already. Lateral distance for Maria and Toni. Let's see how the Finnish lady is doing with the lateral distance. You had to position the dummy with her directions. And then she stops there, and let's see how far away it is. It should be as close as possible. I'm not sure. It looks like 0 points, but that's just maybe just the angle of the camera here. We don't know for sure. But never mind. There's the 2 more tasks to come where you can gain up to 1,000 points combined. And if you're good in the time, because the faster you are, the more points you get on the time scale here. And this is the perfect stop. So the second door should be right in front of that arrow. It's not, but it's still points. It's still points. I think they passed Croatia by now. Croatia only has 900 points altogether. But we'll see in the end. We'll see in the end what all the 25 teams had started. And these are the last 5 teams that we see here. When all the teams, no, the last, no, it's, I don't, well, let's see. Maybe it's the last 10 teams here. So they're adjusting the tram to the trolley, or the trolley to the tram, and it's the first time we ever see that task here on a tournament like that, and it's kind of a curling. So use the train to curl the trolley. Now they have to run for the buzzer, hit the buzzer. That was not a bad time. 4:30 is a really, really good time. And let's see. Oh, that's too fast. That is running over all that area. That is running past that area, and then no points to be given. Never mind. Never mind. Well done, Team Tampere. So we cannot see how many points went to Finland right in the moment. This is what the referee's job is, to count that all together and tell us in the end. But we're not going that far away from the area that we've been now. We're from Finland, we're going to Norway. Let's see what Team Oslo has in mind. What they want to do here. Ingrid Nansve and Ole Marius Fosse. Here they are. They went already. Hi there, that's the trainer. So, and she's starting already, losing no time. And it's the start and stop. And it seems like she's going for it. She doesn't care for the soft part. Maybe she just cares for the speed, because you don't want to take that long. I mean, you want to accelerate and you want to stop as softly as possible. But as a contestant, you don't want to lose any time. So now she's got the stop signal, she's got the well done signal, and then she has to run through that whole train, going to the cockpit, sitting down in the cockpit, and going for the second challenge already, which is the speed control. As you can see, Team Oslo here, they even put it on the trains, which is a nice thing. So the speed control, speedometer is not seen, the speedometer is covered, and she has to put the train up to 25 kilometers an hour, take it to the control area, and then adjust the brakes. Whoa, that looks very good. The speed was very well, the stop was very well. I see we have well, I don't know, a real contestant here. So Team Norway is not doing so bad. Let's go for the bowling here. Let's see what Ingrid is doing with the bowling ball. Yeah, I think two or three, I'm not sure. I think 3 pins fell over. That means lots of points here. And now we're waiting for the signal outside, because we need quiet as Ole Marius is given directions with the whistle. And you see they're doing it quite differently than Maria and Tony did it, because he's using the whistle all the time, giving her the signal, go back, go back, go back, go back. And I think they came up with their special signal for stopping. There it is. Yeah, not too bad. I think it's not absolutely perfect, but it's well done. That's a very good team. Not too bad. They're running for the next train already, where Ingrid is driving again, and Ole Marius has to adjust the dummy, has to put the dummy in place, and she's giving him the direction and the signals where to go, a bit more left, bit more right, tiny bit more to the left, and that dummy has to be placed in a way so that when she drives the car by, it should be as close as possible, maybe half an inch, maybe a centimeter away from the train, but she's not allowed to touch it with the train. When it's close, if it's closer, the more points you get. If you really, that is good. That doesn't look too bad. That is really, really good. I have to say, that is a really good team right in the moment. That's a good effort that they're doing. 2 more challenges to go, and I think right in the moment they didn't lose that many points for now. So it's 4,500 points that you can gain in one run. So the second door, ooh, that looks too far. That looks too far for me. But we only saw it from the other side. No, that's not too good. I don't even see the arrow. I don't see if they whether did points or not, but it doesn't look like it. So that was the first challenge that they didn't in that perfect way. They did it all the time now, but never mind. And time is still running, but it's not too bad right in the moment. It's 4 minutes now. the normal aim is to keep it under 5 minutes. Now it's the curling part again. Give it enough speed and enough momentum that it goes. Let's see what the time is. 4:28, not too bad. The time is good, but let's see whether it's going to the range where you can score points. Ooh. Look at that, 500. They're passing the 500, but it's slowing down. It's slowing down, but it's still moving. This is really, really tricky with that curling part here. It's a discipline that we see the first time here. It's still moving. Come on, stop. Oh la la, it's still. Oh, that is so mean. Inch by inch and centimeter by centimeter. It stopped. Okay, so they're putting down the score, and let's see how they did. It's the second place. Not too bad. Oh, look at that. Florence, one of the places I love to be. Team Italy. Valentina and Vincenzo. But that was well done with Team Italy. So, Team Austria, Team Vienna is on the 3rd place now. And Team Italy is on his way, is on the run already. Let's see if it's Valentina or Vincenzo driving that car. And going for the first task for the stop and go. Softly driving, softly accelerating, softly stopping. Do not lose too much water. See that? Norway is leading Austria with 3 points. That is really, really, really close. And in the second run, we're gonna have a reverse order, so that the team with the least points, it's gonna start, and the teams with the really, really high scoring, they're gonna be in the end. So it's gonna be a really an exciting run. But Poland is in the lead far, far, far. But it's only one run by now. So let's see. Running through the train, sitting down, and Vincenzo is going for the second challenge, going for the speed challenge. Speed up the train for 25 kilometers an hour without seeing the speedometer, taking it through to the scoring area, and then stop the train. That was a bit too slow. Stop the train. And, oh, not too bad. That looks really, really good, what he's doing here. 450 points go to Florence, yeah? And the 4th one up to the bowling. But he looks like he's having fun. So, Vincenzo taking the train to the ball, hit it hard enough. Oh, that was a... Hey, one is falling. At least, I mean, it's points. You cannot do everything in a perfect manner, but when you gather the points, you gather the points. And I don't know if you hear it here. It's the shh going on already. It's the she going on again. So everybody's quiet, so that Vincenzo can hear the whistle that Valentina is blowing, giving him the signal. Reverse, reverse. He's not seeing. He doesn't see where he's going. He's not having a look back or anything. He just relies on her giving him the signals. And he's waiting for her for the stop sign that she has to give. No, but it's not that bad. That's not too bad. What was that face, Valentina? That is not too bad. So, and Vincenzo is running, is jogging. He really looks like he's having fun. That is good to see. Vincenzo is going for the second train on the other side of the tracks. Going for the lateral distance here, while Valentina is out there and placing the dummy. We're gonna see her now. There she is, placing the dummy, and he's giving her directions where to go. And he started in the car already. Okay, dummy has to be placed in a way so that you don't hit it with the car like he did. That was too close. No points here, but let's go on. There are 2 more challenges to come. Challenges where you can gain up to 1,000 points. And if you're really, really fast, that gives a 500 more. So it's 1,500 points that you still can gain here, that you can score here. That is really good. So it's the perfect stop that we're seeing now. You have to take the train up to the platform, and in the second door of the train there is there's an arrow inside of the door and an arrow outside of that little platform here. And when they match perfectly, then you gain the points. So it looks like they did quite well. That is good. Yeah, it is. I think that is full points. I think that is the first one that gains full points. 500 points. I told you it's 1,500 points that you can still score from that point where you kind of did it not so good. So let's see how they're doing in the last one with the curling. Curl that trolley. So stop it here. Now they're adjusting the trolley here, just putting it right in front of the car. And it's running on the same tracks as the streetcar is doing. But there are no brakes or anything in that trolley. So you have to speed it up a little bit, then let go, you stop the car, and see and hope that the momentum of the car the momentum of the trolley is good enough that it runs to the point. So, but you have to push the buzzer, and it's already 5 minutes. The one with the jump. Well done, Team Italy. So let's see. Oh, that was too fast. That was too fast. They're not gaining any points. So it's not 1,500 points that they're taking with them, but at least 500. And from the timing side, I think it was not that bad. So that was quite well. Let's see where Italy is in the end. And let's go up to Latvia. Let's go to Riga and see how the team from Riga is doing. Marina and Oleg. These are the ones we're waiting for. Marina is a fitness trainer. I think she, at least with the stress and with the running, she shouldn't have any problem. So they're on the track already. Let's see. Stop and go. And we're almost done with the first run. After the team of Riga, there's still the team from Algeria to come. And then we're done with the first run. Look at that. Oleg Krutans from Latvia on his run, on his first challenge, completed already with the stop and go. And he's running through the train already. You can see it here. Have you seen the shadow a little bit? Sitting down in the cockpit and going for the second challenge. And let's go for the speed control. Reverse the car in the other direction. And speed up the control, speed the car up to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing anything, without seeing the speedometer or anything. You just have to feel it, and then adjust the brakes to a point that they stop at the signal where, or the point where it's signaled. Ooh, that was, maybe not. 22 kilometers, okay. Oh, that was quite good. Okay, Team Latvia gaining points, the third challenge, and the third time they scored very well. So let's go for the Tram-Bowling. Speed up the car and getting to hit the ball, something that you're not trained for. The opposite you're trained for. That looks not too bad. 2 pins falling. Well done. Well done. And now it's getting quiet again. They turn off the music and everything is getting And we're waiting for Marina to give the signals. So Oleg is driving backwards. He has to reverse the streetcar now without seeing anything, without looking out of mirrors or something. He just has to listen to Marina's whistle signal. And she's not giving anyone because she just gave him the signal to start. Now she's giving him a signal, you're close, and that was the last one, I guess. Okay, she gaining points. It's not a perfect stop, but she's gaining points. That is well done. But they're running already. They're not looking for the points for the score that they did, because they don't have the time for that. They have to speed up. They have to speed up and get to the second train for the next challenge for the lateral distance, challenge number 6. And Marina is placing the dummy already, and he tells her where to put it, bit more to the left, bit more to the right, and it should be placed in a way that the train can pass it, but it's as close as possible. But that looks quite close to me. But maybe they have better eyes. It seems like they don't. Okay, no, they touched it, and if you touch the dummy, you gain no points here. So, but you have to go on. You cannot anger or anything. Just go on and focus on the next one, which is the perfect stop. That means you take the train to that little mobile platform that we put there, and that the referees are moving around all the time, so it gets a bit more tricky. And in the middle of the platform, there's an arrow, and that arrow should be pointing to the second door, to the middle of the second door of the train. Here it is. Well, you hit the door. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. You can see that they scored here. It's not a perfect score, but there are a lot of teams that didn't make any points here. So never mind. You cannot all be as perfect as the colleague from Florence, who was the only one that gained 500 points here, scored 500, high score. So, Tram-Curling, the last discipline here. They're adjusting the trolley here and say, okay, you can go. And now they have to speed up the train, get it into that area where you have to let loose, stop the train, and then the trolley has to move on, and it's not allowed to go too fast or too slow, because it needs to go to that area where they score points. And they're running out to the buzzer. No, well, it's not 5 minutes, so they're faster than the team from Italy. Let's see where they score in the end. And the trolley is still moving. It's really hard to say whether it's too fast. It looks a bit too fast for me, but it is slowing down. No, too fast. Too fast. The referee is going to stop it. Yeah, you can see it. The referee stopped it, and they're putting it back. So no points for the team from Riga here. So let's go down to the south. Let's go down to the African continent for the last team of the first run. Not the last team of the day, the last team of the first run here. This is Team Algeria, team from Oran. Kaula and Mohamed are the team members, of the contestants that we're going to see now. And they both won the internal championship that they had, and they both won. She won for the women, and he won for the men. So the champions already, at least in Algeria. Let's see how they do on the international stage, and let's see how they do with the first Tram World Championship. And he's losing water already, Mohamed. And this is what I mean with the really, really soft go, soft accelerating, soft stopping. That is not that easy to do. But we all wish for the soft drivers. We all wish that when you were a passenger on those trains, you wish that they know what they're doing with the acceleration and with the brakes, and that they stop really softly so that you don't fall around. I think he has to go on. No, they say it's okay. So he leaves this part of the train and runs through the whole train and sits in the front, sits in the cockpit, and goes for the next challenge already. Goes for the second one, for the acceleration, where he has to speed up the train up to 25 kilometers an hour without seeing the speedometer, because that is covered. And then for the perfect stop, where he has to put the brake into a certain amount of force and then leave your fingers away. 21, no, well. Oh, but the stop is perfect. The stop is perfect. That is 500, that's for me. But it's the angle of the camera, and that might be tricky. And to me, it looks like it was a perfect score, but we have to trust into the referees that they tell us the truth in the end. So let's go for the Tram-Bowling. We're waiting for him to speed the train up, and has to go fast enough to hit the ball, hard enough though so that the ball goes to the front and hits the pins, as many pins as possible. But you're not allowed to go so fast that you run into the pins. 2, 3, well done. 3 pins fell over. That is not bad. And now we're waiting for the last time for this run, that it's getting quiet again. And Kaula's giving directions to Mohamed as he reverses the car. Taking the car backwards without seeing anything, and just relying on the sound that his partner is giving. You can see the stop signs. He's nearing, and so that's the final signal that she gives. And that looks quite good. That doesn't look too bad. That's really, really good. That's really, really good. And she's running, and she lost something on the way. I hope it wasn't that important, Kaula. But they have to be quick, because they don't want to lose any time. They don't want to waste any time, because in the end the time is gives you 500 points if you were the fastest. And he's adjusting. She's adjusting the dummy now. Oh, I think he has to do it one more time, because normally when he gives the thumbs up, she's not allowed to touch the dummy again, but she did. I don't know whether that was okay. That looks quite close to me, but we'll see. If he touches it, no points. If he gets as close as possible, there he touched it. So that was a bit, maybe 2 or 3 centimeters too close. But that means when you touch it, there are no points together here. So never mind. Let's focus on the next challenge. Let's go for the perfect stop, the one that I really, really like. So taking the train to the little platform that we put there, and in the second door of the train there's an arrow, and that arrow has to point to that arrow that you can see right here with the 500. So here comes the first door. Here comes the no. I'm not sure whether this is in the points or not. You can see some points maybe. Maybe some points. You can see that the little arrow that was inside of the train, but it's quite far away from the center here. But with that light and that camera angle, you never can be sure. But the referees will see it. The referees are standing right in front of that, and then they take perfect measurement. So, last challenge for the first run here. Last challenge for Orhan. Last challenge for Mohamed, and he's taken the train to the curling station, bring it to the stop, then they put the trolley in front of it, and let's go. Signal is given, so let's see if he speeds up the trolley that is in front of him enough that he gains points, but not too much that the trolley is too fast and runs out of that zone where you can gain points. When they stop the car, have to get out of the streetcar already, and so it's almost 6 minutes. So they really, really have to be fast. And she lost something again, poor girl. So we'll see. The first run is almost done. No. I think it will stop in that range where it get points. It's still moving. There's somebody in front of the camera, so we cannot see it properly. Yeah. but it must be because they didn't stop it. I think they gained some points because they didn't stop it. So that was it for the first run. Congratulations, we did it. So Poland is in the lead. Norway and Austria and Ukraine is not far behind Austria and Norway. So that is they're really close together. So 5th place is Morocco. Then let's see if the Czech Republic, Spain and Romania, they're quite close as well from Hungary to Czech Republic. Then Ireland on the 10th place. Let's go for 11th. Latvia, Italy, Netherlands, Algeria and France. They're kind of far off from the leading, but they're close together within here. And as you can see, even if you close off, you can gain 1,700 points. Belgium, Sweden, Great Britain, Brazil, and US on the 20th, and still 1,500 points for the first run. So if you do the same and the others are not doing so good, you can still get quite far. So Germany, Australia, China, Finland, and Croatia on the last rank here with 900 points. But they still can be able to gain 4,500 points in the second run. So there's everything is open, everything is possible. And here is Tanya, our colleague on the street, and she's with the TRAM expert Thomas. Let's talk about the ranking. Poland, Norway, Vienna. We are on the 3rd rank. Why? We're good hosts, so we let the others go and step in front. Yeah, you wish. Yeah. And this is tactics. He says we're gonna come strong in the second run, and we're gonna beat all the others in the second run. Poland was very fast, and she said the driver from Poland, he wasn't running, he was flying over the street. Never seen that before. So we're waiting for the second run. Let's see if Vienna can do better now. Now we're doing that. Come on. Yeah, but he said he'd rather like to be the team of Vienna be in second place because he wants to be a good host. Before we go to the second run, she says, and to the official end ranking. So it's a 1 hour break now. 1 hour break. This is the time where we can get some water, where we can go for the results and show you the reverse order and that we're going to start. And see you later.